Today I'm going to bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. This month is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. Now, colon cancer is a type of cancer that begins in the large intestine, or the colon. The colon is the final part of the digestive tract. Colon cancer typically affects older adults, though it can happen at any age. It usually begins as small, non-cancerous, or benign clumps of cells called polyps that form on the inside of the colon. Over time, these polyps can become full-blown colon cancers. Now, some signs and symptoms of colon cancer include a persistent change in your bowel habits, including diarrhea or constipation or a change in the consistency of your stool, rectal bleeding or blood in your stool, persistent abdominal discomfort such as cramps, gas, or pain, a feeling that your bowel doesn't empty completely, weakness or fatigue, or unexplained weight loss. Now, this is a colon cancer awareness comic hero team. Inside the speech bubble, you have the universal symbols of men and women because it affects both men and women. And here on the left sleeve, you have the colon cancer ribbon. And here on the right sleeve, you have check your colon. Now, if you would like a shirt of your own, you can find them on my website, IamTheComicHero.com, for $17. And I personally know some men and women that have beaten colon cancer. I know some men and women that are currently battling colon cancer, and I know some folks and their families of men and women that have lost their battle to colon cancer. My thing is, cancer sucks, and it doesn't matter what kind of cancer it is, and also it doesn't matter if there's some kind of if there's something not right about you, and you think that any over-the-counter medication you may have over your house is not enough, get checked out. Now, you may be the one that's battling this, but you're not alone, because your fight is also your family's fight. If there is no can, your fight is your family's fight, and it's also my fight as well. And I'll say it again: cancer sucks. Now, usually I give away a free t-shirt on the next segment, but because this is the second of two episodes that I'm doing this week, I'm going to wait till episode 392 to give away a free t-shirt. However, I can remind y'all what the free T question of the week is. Which superhero team was She-Hulk a member of after one of the founding members stayed behind on a distant planet? Now, here are the hints again. The first hint is that this superhero team is the first collaboration between Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in 1961. And then the second hint, and this is a dead giveaway because I'm giving you half the answer. This superhero team usually consists of 4 members. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now D'Angelo Ballou from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features 2 characters from the Marvel Universe who both control the elements. The only difference is, one's a mutant, and the other is an Inhuman. Representing Marvel, we have Storm, and also representing Marvel, we have Crystal. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Storm versus Crystal. Storm is an expert tactician and thief who possesses the psionic ability to manipulate weather patterns over vast areas, control of atmospheric pressure, temperature modification, ecological empathy, flight, lightning manipulation, immunity to lightning, limited immunity to extreme cold and heat, and aerial adaptation. Crystal possesses physical strength, durability, speed, endurance, and reflexes significantly greater than the maximum potential attainable by humans. She also possesses flight, elemental powers, which include the manipulation of air, wind, earth, metal, fire, heat, water, moisture, electricity, energy, ice, cold, and any other element of weather. Who would win? Due to her super strength and speed, Crystal would dominate through a majority of this fight. Crystal would deny Storm every opportunity to use her powers. Just as Crystal is about to deliver the final blow, Storm reaches her hand out and summons her Asgardian hammer Storm Chaser. She then transforms into an Asgardian mutant hybrid with superhuman strength and speed along with her other mutant powers. She then strikes fast and furiously at Crystal, thus denying the latter the opportunity to use her powers. She then ends the fight by delivering a vicious blow right between Crystal's eyes. Storm wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown! Alright, thank you D'Angelo Blue for that fight. If y'all have any requests y'all want to make, go ahead and do so. Now let me remind y'all of the rules. Now the rules are, there has to be at least one comic book or manga character in each fight. And they can go up against another comic book or manga character, they can go up against a video game character, or they can go up against a very serious-minded cartoon character like Optimus Prime or Voltron or Lion-O or Snake Eyes or anyone like that. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are two things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking. Now, Greg Adams, the creator and owner of GeekCon, is making some changes with GeekCon. Now, GeekCon is the annual con in Shreveport, Louisiana that's held at Shreveport Convention Center in August. And one of the changes that he's making is that all tickets will be weekend passes. And he believes that just about anyone who attends GeekCon should come and go when they please. They shouldn't have to, I mean, he doesn't believe that if you come, you have to pay every time you do. I mean, it should be a one-time thing. And honestly, I think that's a great idea. So Greg, kudos to you for coming up with that awesome idea. And another change that he's making is that premium passes are replacing VIP passes. And with it, you'll get your free weekend ticket, and along with a free GeekCon shirt, a reusable bag, an exclusive badge, and you'll be able to jump to the front of the line for pro photo ops with any of the guests. And honestly, I wish I was a guest because because I'm really excited about this. And you know, even though I was a vendor last year, I was very thrilled. I had a lot of guests that came, and then also met some new faces. A lot of great opportunities came out of that. It was also a learning experience, but I'm not going to get into that. I think this is next level stuff right here, and yeah. So if you're having second thoughts about going to GeekCon, then you may want to rethink that, because this is exciting. This is very exciting. All right, now the second thing is that actor Yolande Noel has expressed interest in playing the Black Panther. Now, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has said that no one will ever play the role of Black Panther again in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then there are there are quite a few actors like Anthony Mackie, who plays Captain America, the Sam Wilson Captain America rather. He has said that no one should ever play that role again. Now, granted, Boseman, besides those movies, has had other great roles. I loved him in the movie 42, where he played Jackie Robinson, and then also in his final performance, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I mean, there are plenty of other performances, but all those that I've just named, and then then when he played Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe were stellar. Sometimes the word stellar is putting it lightly. However, lately I've been thinking, what would be wrong with that? And also, his family has even spoken out and said that if they want to go ahead and recast, then they should go for it. Marvel Studios should definitely do it. And then also, that's like saying no one should ever play the role of Superman on the big screen again, or even on the small screen after the death of Christopher Reeve, and no one should ever play the role of the Joker on the big and small screen again after the death of Heath Ledger. I think Noel would make a great Black Panther. And also there's been a petition going around that Marvel Studios and all the signatures, and it's all going towards Marvel Studios, hopefully retracting what Kevin Feige said and then recasting. Hey, after seeing this guy in The Purge, why not? Why not? All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Avengers Forever number 3. Batman number 121. Black Panther number 4. Fantastic Four number 41. Justice League Incarnate number 5. Robins number 4. Really looking forward to this one. Strange number 1. Suicide Squad number 13. And finally, X-Men number 9. All right, that's 9, which brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 11,226. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode, and here's a question again for a free tea for episode 392. Which superhero team was She-Hulk a member of when one of the original members stayed behind on a distant planet? Now, here are the hints again. The first hint is that this superhero team was the first ever collaboration between Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in 1961. And then the second hint, this is a dead giveaway because I'm giving away half the answer. This superhero team usually consists of 4 members. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now on next week's episode, I'm going to raise awareness of cerebral palsy. Now, I personally know some folks with cerebral palsy, and I've also, in my field of work, I've also linked my services to folks with cerebral palsy. And I know their families, and if you're watching this and you either have cerebral palsy or you know someone who has cerebral palsy, this episode is for y'all. Now, again, I'm doing 6 episodes of the show, and usually, whenever I do episodes of the show, I usually do 4 a month. But there are 6 causes, and I want to raise awareness of all 6 of these causes. Just like I said in episode 390, I wouldn't feel right raising awareness of only 4 of them and leaving, and then not raising awareness of 2 of them. I mean, that's just not right. and it's totally out of the question. So I'm going to raise awareness of all 6 of these. And if you're watching this and this is your first time, welcome. And I'm encouraging you to subscribe as soon as you're done. I mean, the best is always yet to come for the show. Just like the best is always yet to come for each and every one of us. And no matter what we may do in our lives. And also, if you have any suggestions for the show, anything you think that would make it better, please let me know. And as I always say, this may be my show, but any suggestion that comes with me never falls upon deaf ears. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 392. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and check your calling.